I'm Mike Gibbon. We're at Picket Pods. It's a new venture that we've started on our farm at Landau, or Clemenston to be precise. It's an old estate. We've been here since 1986 and this is a new venture for us. We offer at the campsite the opportunity for people to get away from the rush of the city and get out in the middle of the countryside. It's peaceful here. The actual accommodation itself is basically a camping pod. There's a bed in it. It's got electric hookup, so more importantly people nowadays can charge their mobile phones and they can stay warm and dry. So it is literally just a little hut to stay in. Then we've got a communal setup where we've got our showers, we've got a kitchen room where people can prepare a bit of food. There's no cooker, but they have got the opportunity for a microwave, there's sinks, there's fridges, there's all sorts of things like that. So it just makes their stay a little bit easier for those who aren't looking to be out there in a rugged way of camping. I've looked at various different options to move away from farming over the years, all sorts of things. I started off my life as a farm contractor. I've worked in newspapers, selling advertising, and we've always had to look to support our farming business over the years. And this has just been one of those angles that just seemed a natural progression for us to do. We had this lovely little field which used to be our jumping paddock for the horses, and we as a business which I have with my brother, we make the pods, and so it seemed a natural little thing to move into, actually having a campsite, extend the farm business, and that's where we got to this point. We looked at the camping pods very much as a different thing, because I wouldn't say I'm a camping person, so it's not something that comes natural to me. So the idea of arriving at a place and not having to put up the tent and just be able to put your head down somewhere warm and dry.
You have a seating area outside, nice wide double doors to get in. It's lovely and spacious inside, very warm and cosy because it's fully insulated and double glazed. We have a window that opens so for some ventilation and blinds to make it nice and dark for sleeping. This is a sofa that converts into a double bed quite simply. Pulls out and it becomes a double bed. Each pod will sleep 2 adults and up to 3 small children, or a total of 3 adults. We have double electric socket down there, so you can plug in your mobile phones, your laptops, anything you want to use. Full LED lighting inside, and there's also a light on the porch. They're lovely and clean, warm and cosy, and very nice to sleep in actually.
It beats better for me than a hotel, just because you're out in nature and you know, you can go out for a walk and things, and it's just closer to nature than you would be in a hotel or a resort or something.
Yes, it was strange, but good fun. Just like camping really, but without all the stress of setting up the tent, and it's nice and cosy, and with all the facilities here as well. It's been really relaxing holiday.
As with every government-funded process, it is a little bit laborious, the application process. You have to tick all the boxes, because I understand that everybody has to be accountable these days. It does tend to be, I'm not a brilliant person for forms and things like that, it's not my natural way, but there was quite a lot to do. Although the process was extended, a little bit laborious, it really was quite useful in the fact that doing the business plans and those side of things were helpful to see whether we were going to make money, and doing the research onto whether there was a market out there. That was very useful to us. That gave us the confidence to go forward. So in amongst all the form filling, it was actually quite a useful process because it allowed us to see that the project would become viable. Sometimes when you're in a project, having a little bit more flexibility to run with different ideas as you go might have been a bit simpler. You found you were tied a little bit as once you'd put the project down, that's what you had to do, sort of thing. So yes, it could have been easier and with a little bit more flexibility, but we managed. If another funding opportunity arose, I would say I'd still be keen to look at it. The important thing I believe about this particular funding process was it was a fair percentage of the project, and I think if there's any future opportunity comes up or any decisions made in the future, the key part to us was it was a high enough percentage that made the effort worthwhile. So you could put up with the paperwork, doing everything in triplicate and getting the tenders and all that, because at the end of it there was a sensible amount of money to make a project viable. This project wouldn't have been viable without the funding.